Hello everyone and welcome to my second installment of my best movies per genre series. This month I will be sharing what I believe to be the top 10 best adventure movies of all time. I will have a separate list for superhero movies later, so you won't find any on this list. Okay, let's kick things off with number... The story is pretty simple. The bad guys are chasing the good guys to a promised land through a desert. The stunts in this movie are some of the best stunts ever put to film, and the entire movie is eye candy. George Miller was able to thrust us back into his Mad Max post-apocalyptic world, and it's easily the best one in the series. The whole movie is just one huge long thrill ride. This one isn't your typical adventure movie. It doesn't feature a villain or any action sequences. It's just the story of a boy who dreams of being a music journalist in one of the best periods for music, the 1970s. He gets an opportunity from Rolling Stone, so he leaves home, goes to concerts, hangs with groupies, and tours with a fictional band. It's a great coming-of-age story wrapped up in a grounded adventure, and it features one of the best movies soundtracks of all time. This is one of the most beautiful movies you will ever see, and it's loosely based on a true story. It's set in wintry North America in the early 1800s. A man, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, is left for dead by his own people and is mauled by a bear. And this bear is possibly the best CGI bear ever put to screen, which makes for a very realistic bear mauling scene. The rest of the movie is about DiCaprio's character recovering and then finding his way back to the man who left him for dead to exact his revenge. Watching DiCaprio struggle to fight his way through these frozen woodlands, which were shot in all-natural lighting, by the way, is quite the experience. The environment and the struggles he goes through are unforgettable, and you'll feel cold watching this. You will want to be wrapped up in a blanket. Such an underrated movie. I just saw this for the first time a couple months ago, and I can't believe it's not more well known. It's chock full of adventure. The main character is betrayed by his best friend, who then marries his fiancée. He is determined to win her back, take revenge, and on the way he meets many interesting people in many interesting places, and I guess you'll have to watch the movie to see if he's triumphant. Stand By Me is the story about a group of boys in the 50s who set out on an adventure to find the body of a missing boy. They pack their supplies, they leave home, and they learn a lot about each other. It's a movie for adults about the kinds of friendships that you had as a kid. Also, the 50s themed soundtrack adds to the adventure in the best of ways. How could I not include a movie about the adventures of Robin Hood on a Best Adventures Movies list? This one is the original that set the standard for adventure movies for decades to come, and it features the best Robin Hood of all, Errol Flynn. It's the classic Robin Hood tale. He is forced to become an outlaw and steals from the rich and gives to the poor. It's full of action scenes and has the feeling of a fun adventure all throughout. This is a movie for all ages to enjoy, and I recommend you do. Alfred Hitchcock was no stranger to filming mystery thrillers, which North by Northwest is, but more so, it is a straight-up adventure movie. A businessman is mistaken for a government agent and is then thrust into a chase across multiple states. This sets up some great action set pieces that were pretty revolutionary for the time, including a crop-dusting plane that swoops down to try and kill our hero, and a fight on the top of Mount Rushmore. Watching this movie today, I have no idea how they were able to pull some of this stuff off in 1959, almost 60 years ago. This movie is set in Bible times and follows the main character, Judah Ben-Hur, played by Charlton Heston. He is sold into slavery by his best friend and is then determined to work his way back to exact his revenge on him. On his journey, he survives a shipwreck, encounters Jesus, and enters a mind-boggling chariot race, among many other things. More of a return to form for Indiana Jones, back to fighting Nazis. The addition of Sean Connery as Indy's father just elevates this movie so much. It's so fun to watch them bicker back and forth and get out of sticky situations together on their quest to the Holy Grail. Also, I think River Phoenix deserves a shout out for his portrayal of young Indiana Jones. He does a great job, and it's really cool to see that even the younger version of Indiana Jones had some awesome adventures of his own. Before I reveal my number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. What else could it be, guys? I mean, this is the adventure movie all other adventure movies are compared to. We have one of the best, most iconic movie opening sequences in general. Our hero, Indiana Jones, must retrieve a golden idol from a booby-trapped hallway and then must outrun a boulder to escape. And that's just the beginning of the movie. He gets chased by ancient traps and goes on a quest to find the Ark of the Covenant and travels through Nepal and then to Egypt. And on the way, he fights Nazis, he rides horses in chase sequences, and explores ancient underground chambers in the ultimate treasure hunt. This is not just the best adventure movie of all time, but one of just the best movies of all time. From the shots, to the characters, to the dialogue, from the awesome John Williams score. And there is no Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. He's the one who made this character so iconic and so cool, and I thank him for that. Because he gave us probably the best adventure hero we'll ever see. Well, guys, those are my top 10 adventure movies of all time. Please let me know what your top 10 are in the comments below. And also, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you for my next review.